Many YouTubers are claiming that Photoshop has officially integrated Nano Banana, also known as Google Gemini Flash 2.5, but they're completely wrong. In fact, AI tools that are being integrated into Adobe products like Photoshop won't work the way you might think, and they could cost you a lot more. So let's dive into this to see what's going on. There are two places that you can use Nano Banana right now in Adobe products, and I'm going to demo both of them. That's going to be in the Firefly web app and also Photoshop Beta. Now, Photoshop could have coming up an official release that will have Nano Banana integrated into it. But when that happens, it'll probably be a lot different than what we're seeing in Photoshop Beta right now, and we can see why when we take a look first at the Firefly web app, which has had Nano Banana integration for a little while. Taking a look at the Firefly web app, first, before we get into the Photoshop Beta, which I'll also demonstrate, we can get a really good idea here what's coming up. When you open up the Firefly web app, you can choose now different models. Well, the 2 and 3 are up here right now, but if you were to choose 4 to get into more of the advanced stuff, once you do, you'll have other choices of what you can select. So up here under the model, now I can select a whole variety of different models to use. Look at these. There's Flux, there's Gemini down here, there's even ChatGPT. So let's select, for instance, then the Gemini 2.5, but notice it has a little crown next to it, and so do a lot of these other ones. So what that means, you'll see here shortly, is that it's going to be a premium feature. So I can, for instance, let's say that I wanted to change something off of one of my real estate photos. Well, I could go down here just like you would off of the Nano Banana website. I could go down here and say, I want to select this image here, and let's say that I want to change the wall color to white. So I could say change wall color to white. But now, when I click generate, it's not going to generate that image. Instead, it's going to encourage me to buy a plan. And I can't do anything until I pay for one of these plans. And the most basic one is $10 a month US, just to give me 2,000 of these premium credits. So right now, I couldn't use my generative credits. So if I were to take a look at my plan here, I get 600 credits a month. You can see I have 566 credits left. But I still can't use this premium feature. So I'd have to buy another plan. And this is where it gets confusing. So if we take a look at Adobe's page of how many generative credits I get by plan, I can see that here with my monthly generative credits, I've got 2 different plans, so that's why I've got 600. But typically I'd have these generative credits depending on the various plan that you'd have. But up here at the top under the Creative Cloud Pro, you'll notice they start talking about premium generations. If you're to scroll down now on this very complicated page, you'll eventually come across this section which talks about Firefly Standard, Pro, or Premium plans. And this is where they talk about that you need to have the premium access for some of these other features. So for now, all of these other AI engines, even to use Firefly Image 4 Ultra and Flux, Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana, I need a different plan. I can't just use this. So let's take a look now at Photoshop Beta and what this means there. So in Photoshop Beta here, we can see if it's going to be worth paying a premium plan for using these features of the Nano Banana integration. So let's say, for instance, here that we wanted to remove this chair. So I could use, for instance, Nano Banana or Generative Fill, or a lot of other ways to do it. But let's say that we wanted to use the Generative Fill feature, and that's where you were going to find then the integration of Nano Banana. So I'll just zoom in here a little bit on this chair, and I'll just grab, let's say, the lasso tool. And I'll draw a lasso around this chair right here. Now I can see that that's a decent sized area for what we're going to use, because you'll see up here in the info panel the width and height, something I'll get to here shortly. But here then I can either use the contextual taskbar, or I like to use then the feature of going to Edit and then Generative Fill. I do not like the contextual taskbar, but that's really up to whatever you prefer. What you'll find either way in the contextual taskbar or in this little dialog here is this button where you can click on it and then select the various model. So normally you would see Firefly Image 3. And if I did Firefly Image 3, for instance here, and I told it to remove that chair, I could say remove chair. Then when I click generate, it's going to do what you're probably very familiar with. It's going to go out to the cloud. It's going to give me then 3 variations. And in typical Firefly fashion, it put in a blue chair. There's, though, 3 options of things that I can select from, and that one isn't actually too bad. So this might be one that I would go with then using Firefly. But let's say that I wanted to use a different model. So while staying in this properties dialog, or I could have also done this in the generative fill dialog, I'll select a different model. And here I'll go down and select Nano Banana and say the exact same thing, remove chair, and then I'll click generate. And in this case, it didn't do that bad of a job. But you'll notice here that it only gave me 1 extra variation. These other 3 variations here were done by the Firefly model. Instead, by using Google Gemini, it did a pretty good job leaving a doorknob in here. Remember that the chair was kind of blocking that, so it figured out there was a doorknob there. Pretty good job with the chair, but there are some other problems here. One thing you'll notice is a slight difference down here on the hardwood. And what's happening is that's because of the resolution. When we zoom in, you can see it's completely wrong. It actually didn't even line up the floor. So the resolution here on Nano Banana is completely off. If we go over here to Firefly, it's actually blended pretty well. But here using Gemini, it's not. So this really isn't acceptable. I don't know why we would use this in this case. And we can see this exaggerated when we go to something bigger. For instance, over here is this shot of the ocean. This is at a local beach. I was shooting a property right behind here, so I was gathering some stock footage for this. Well, let's say that we wanted to use Nano Banana here, and we wanted to add a flock of seagulls flying up here. So let me just draw with a lasso around this big area here, and then I'll go to our generative fill, which is under Edit, and then generative fill, and then I'll keep it on Nano Banana, which is here, and I'll say a flock of flying seagulls. And we'll try it here with Nano Banana, and I'll click generate and let it go out and do its thing. And you can see the results are completely unacceptable. The sky didn't even match up. Nothing worked. And the reason for this is, if we take a look at this selection here, I'll select the mask so we can see. We go over to the info panel here, we can see the width and height are 3600 and 1200 pixels. Nano Banana is limited to only 1000 pixels in each direction. So if you're using Firefly, it's limited to 2000, but it still would probably do a pretty good job. In fact, if we go back here and notice once again, it only gave me 1 variation using then Google Gemini, Nano Banana. But if I go over here and I select the Firefly Image 3 model and I click Generate here, I will get 3 variations. And sure enough, this sky looks pretty good, but it looks like it was done with Firefly because, well, this isn't really all that pretty. But either way, when we talk about real estate photography, there are some legal implications to take into account here if you're going to be using Nano Banana, no matter what they do with it in Photoshop, compared to using the Firefly engine. That's something that I covered in an earlier video, and I've got a link to that video and some other useful information down in the description of this video. So what can we expect going forward with Nano Banana and Photoshop? Well, when it comes to announcements for official releases, then Adobe may do that at their Max event in Los Angeles at the end of October 2025. Either way, it's sure going to be in some type of official release, but when they do have it in there, once again, it'll probably look a lot different, and it also will probably cost you as well. So Adobe has already announced that they are integrating a lot of other partner AI engines, and of course Nano Banana is just one of many. When they do have that in there, they need to recoup their costs. And that's why you're probably going to have another plan, probably an additional $10 a month to be able to use Nano Banana. Would it be worth it to really do that? Well, we could see that compared to using Firefly, the results may be better, but you don't have alternatives. So it's kind of 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But the biggest thing is, when they do have an official integration of Nano Banana in Photoshop, will it be at a higher resolution? This is something that plagued the Firefly engine in Photoshop for quite a while, being stuck at just a 1K resolution. But a bigger issue is whether it would be commercially safe to use Nano Banana, even though it's integrated in Photoshop. Remember that the Firefly engine is commercially safe, everything that's generated from it, because that was made by Adobe and also learned off of Adobe stock, which Adobe had the rights to. Nano Banana has been trained off of the entire world, so its output might not be commercially safe for use. We have to be very careful about that. And that, of course, is one of those topics that I covered in that earlier video, talking about some of the legal issues of using Nano Banana. In either case, things change fast, especially in the world of photography nowadays, that AI has become a part of it. So as they do, I will stay on top of it, and I will keep you posted.